Beautiful day here in Michigan. A little chilly for the pool, but it's like 70. I think I am going to go with this color for the wheels, especially because I have all four of them painted now. Well, it's kind of growing on me the more I looked at it. It's awful close to purple though. Oh well, they can always be repainted. I did decide to go with a new fuel pump. The other one was working, that's in there, but it's got card 5,000 idle hours on it, and as far as I can tell, this is the tank here. As far as I can tell, it looks like original pump. So even though you can change it in there, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and change it while it's out. Seems like that and the transmission is two common failure points on this, the Crown Vic chassis. So I've been working on getting this ready for shooting some paint on it. Just going to put something on that rust on the back of the cab. And I've been doing a lot of other painting. Big Ben has been turned into a drying stand. There's my gas tank tube, my gas tank straps, my bumper mounts have been painted. Those wheels I just showed you. The box is still drying. The gas tank door is over there somewhere. Bumper didn't. I went with flat white on the bumper. My son really wanted me to clear coat it, and I think that was a good idea. I think it would have looked really good, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this. I think it'll look good on there. I think it'll fit a little bit better than clear coating, and I think my welds are all right, but I don't know if they're good enough to clear coat. Hide them a little bit with paint, I guess. So that's an update of where I'm at. Just a lot of painting, and well, I don't know, I think that's the first time I've filmed the bumper since I did finish all the fab work. I forgot about that. Last time you saw it wasn't all done, but it's all welded in there now. Then I went through and ground off all the weld splatter that I could find and cleaned it all up. So that's ready to go back on once it's dry. So that's updated where I'm at. Mostly just boring stuff. Get some paint on this and start working on getting the gas tank in there. So much more painting has taken place. I got a coat on the frame here. This is just spray cans of a semi-gloss. It is kind of interesting how you can take a worn out cop car frame, put a coat of paint on it, and it looks better, even though underneath it's still the same frame, but hopefully it'll slow down some rust, look a little better. In my mind, if once I get this on the road, I really wouldn't mind getting another set of sway bars and aftermarket rear control arms and Watts Link arms, but we'll see. That'll be down the road, and I'm sure the shocks need to be replaced, but for now I just kind of covered the whole thing with some black paint. And then Big Ben is now holding my exhaust, and yes, I did put a coat of paint on it. I threw a coat of paint on the gas tank, and then on the blue on the box where I had the real harsh tape lines, you can still see them. I did come across with another blue, so maybe I'll sand that down. And then I found this Rust-Oleum heirloom white, really kind of matches the white on the truck pretty good. So I had that big guy before me put a big coat of primer, brown primer right there like this, and I don't know, the brown just isn't working for me, so I think I'm going to put that on there. I'm still debating if I'm going to cover those spots up. I don't know on the whole truck. I mean, I want to put it on the road, and obviously it's patina, it's going to have the patina, it's going to be an old looking truck, but am I going to sand this down? Am I going to put something on it? I don't know. I think I'm just going to kind of cover up the rust, kind of make it like here where I have primer on that new panel, just throw some blue on there. Just start driving it like that and decide for sure what I want to do. Yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow I should be able to start reassembly. I got my bumper hanging up there just because it's out of the way. I've got a bunch of stuff hanging over there in my storage area. Oh, I threw some blue paint on here. You won't be able to see it, but where the box is all broke away, and they'd been hauling stuff, and so the back of the cab was smashed from stuff pushing from the front of the box into the cab. It was pushed away that much, so that was scraped and had started to rust. So just put some paint on there so that hopefully it won't rust. So hopefully tomorrow, if I can work on this, maybe start some reassembly of the box and whatnot. This is going a lot faster than the fabrication. That's where I'm at. So it's Saturday morning. It's kind of an exciting morning. Got some friends coming over to help me set the bed on. My son's going to come out and help me flip this back over. I got my filler tube all installed. So in case you want to see that how it looks. It's all black, it's kind of hard to see. But the gas tank's all bolted in. The straps, probably not too many 65 F-100s have had the gas tank installed this way, but this one is gonna have it done that way. And then I've got all my exhaust on here. I've got my new fuel filter on. It's gonna be a little bit of work to do the wiring around the exhaust, but I thought I'd go ahead and get it on, and then that's done. So yeah, get the bed on here for the last time, hopefully. All systems are go for box installation. Bed's back on. Finished prepping the inside of the bed for the bed liner and rust mort on what was rusty. Now I need to prime this. So it's Saturday, June 16th. I did get it primed with self-etching primer. I didn't get a shot of that. Then I taped it off and painted the upper part of the rail with Rust-Oleum heirloom, satin heirloom white, I think it's called. Kind of matches the white on the truck, but that kind of covered up where I had the weld joints, and then a lot of these stake pockets were busted loose and they'd been repaired, and I repaired them. And so, and then also up under the bed rail was just really super flaky rust, so kind of protect that a little. And then did the Herculiner on the bed, came out pretty good. Did one coat on just the Crown Vic area where the metal's thinner, and then came back and did 2 coats on everything. It did bleed. I don't know if I didn't have my tape on correctly or what, but it did bleed up. I did this last night, and then it's kind of damp and rainy out. It was dry when I did it, and then not too long after I did it, rain moved in, so it's still super tacky. Stuff takes a while to dry. So I bought a gallon, and maybe it was supposed to do a 6-foot bed and tailgate. I didn't do the tailgate, so I thought I'd have enough to do an extra coat on the hump there, but I was partway through the second coat, and my son had to run to AutoZone and get me another. They sell it by the quart to finish up. So I was able to finish it up. They do say it takes a while to dry. I don't know, you're probably asking yourself, I had somebody comment on one of my on Frame Swap Faction that they watch my videos and sometimes they just kind of shake their head. Sometimes when I watch my own videos I kind of shake my head, so that doesn't surprise me. But you might be asking, why do this kind of stuff now? You don't have, why not get the wiring harness in and get it where you can drive it? And with me, with a project, if I don't do this kind of stuff now, I'll start driving it and then it doesn't get done, or maybe I don't do as good a job as I could. So it's better for me, because I know how I am about stuff, to just finish it up and make it how I want it as I'm going. Probably why this build is taking so much longer than some of the other ones. But yeah, that's that. I'm not going to do much of a review on the Herculiner. There's several videos where they just focus on just that. I don't really feel like I have anything to add other than I didn't use the rollers. I talked to a guy at work that put it on his Jeep, and he said he tried using the rollers, and I saw a couple guys on YouTube that tried using the rollers without much success. I used this 3-inch brush for the first 2 coats, and then the last coat I just used the 1.5-inch brush. I'm sure it probably took a little longer, but I think we put it on a lot nicer. There's the tailgate. I'm just going to wet sand some of that new paint with some 400. And then I'm kind of excited because now I can put the bumper on, the tailgate on, and kind of button up, other than electrical, I can kind of button up the back end. There's my gas door. The guy in Frame Swap Faction said I've only got one of these bumpers. Guy at Frame Swap Faction said he dropped one in the mail the other day, so kind of fired up about getting that. So there'll be 2 of them. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. If bad welds are a sin, then this bed is pretty much a house of ill repute. But the fantastic thing about bed liner is, man, it sure does cover up the welds and you can't see them at all. So hopefully this kind of protects this thinner steel of the Crown Vic, and I can still throw stuff in here. Like I said, for my scrap metal art, I'm swinging by garage sales and picking stuff up off the side of the road, and people are giving me metal. And then on bigger pieces, a lot of times I have to deliver. If they won't fit in the car, I have to deliver them. So that's kind of my thought here on using the bed of the truck. What do you think? Bumper on there, tailgate, reverse lights, and my brake lights. I'm gonna hook up the 3rd brake light that was on the Vic. Pretty happy. I kind of wish I'd have tucked those exhaust tips in maybe another 3/4 of an inch or an inch, but it'd be all right, I guess. Yeah. I made a shim for the other side there, and then I'm getting new hardware. For some reason that one needs a shim. It's different size. It's kind of apparent that this truck has been kind of pieced together a couple times. Different trucks. That's all right. Should work fine. Looking good. So I think I'm going to call this a wrap for this one. The back of the bed's almost all assembled, just a few minor details to take care of. It's time to pull the front clip off, get the painting done there. Those little inner fender wall pieces I made, the front core support. I've skipped some fasteners because I was just putting it together for mock-up, so I got to make sure I got all my fasteners in there. And then I'm going to lift my brother-in-law pointed out that I need to lift the whole front end of the front clip needs to come up about a 1/2 inch, I believe. Pointed out that my gaps are a little wrong on the door, so I got to looking at it and I think he's right, which isn't a surprise because he knows what he's talking about. So thanks for watching. I know it's even getting closer. I keep saying it's getting close. It's getting closer. I really appreciate the comments and the feedback. It's good to hear from you guys, and the people that are working on trucks, and you know, they say, hey, you did this and I like this, or I don't like that. It's interesting to hear. It's interesting to see other builds and what people are doing different. I need to come up with a list of other channels that I watch. I mean, obviously the trucks that are done, River City, Nathan's Garage. There's also some trucks in progress. Idle Garage is one. There's a couple other. I'll have to get a list around. There's some other trucks that are in process that I've been subscribing to and watching, and it's kind of fun to watch them. Oh, Rudy's Resurrection is another one that I've been watching. Love the green. He's got a green truck. Love that color. So yeah, thanks for watching.